What stops people from becoming successful is you look at your end goal and you see how far you are from it, and then a year later you realize you're still not there, and you get frustrated. That's not how you measure success. Success is not how far you've gotten. Success is how far you've gotten from where you started. And you have to take inventory of your life, man. You gotta, as a young person, you gotta go, okay, I'm 19, and I got my first speaking role. The average person don't get the first speaking role at 19, man. So you gotta be okay with that. And I'm gonna drop this piece of jewel on you, man, that success is a process. It's an arduous process. I'm still in the process. I gotta mentor boys. I gotta change as many young men's life as I can before I leave this world. I can't. See, I have an affection for it, especially for young people, man, because I've been young and I wanted it so bad and I had nothing. Man. So you gotta understand this thing called success is a process. Set your goals, but understand it take a long time to make a lot of money. You hear me, man? It take a long time to make a lot of money. Quit looking at Instagram. Instagram is people's highlight reel. That ain't really how the they look. They got one Birkin bag that ain't a real one, and they got it on Instagram and they showing you the clasp open and all that, and they got a filter on it and they look perfect. They don't have a bump. That ain't life, man. Instagram's a highlight reel. That's their best picture they posted that day. You know how many shots they took to get that picture? Don't get caught up in none of that. Get your grind on, hustle. Put your head down, quit looking up. Get your head down and hustle. Listen, man, the dream is absolutely free. The hustle and grind is sold separately. It's two different things. You know, dreaming is one thing. Goals is putting work clothes on your dreams. You gotta set goals. When you set goals, you take your dreams and you don't put work clothes on them. You gotta hustle, man. You gotta talk to God every day. If you ain't talking to God, you're making this thing way harder than it's got to be. You gotta include God in the mix or you're gonna be struggling. Listen to me, I struggle. God, you don't put God in this thing, you're gonna be wandering around for a long time trying to figure it out. The thing about radio is you have to be compelling. I've been on radio for 21 years now. I've been syndicated, meaning national, since 2005. I've in 112 cities. I talk to 9.5 million people every morning. What has made me successful is that I am compelling. A guy named Elroy Smith taught that to me in Chicago. Compelling simply means you have to make a continuous flow of statements that makes it for people hard to turn the radio and not tune in. So I just say compelling stuff. And what's gotten me over is I'm just simply authentic. I'm the real deal, whoever I am. You don't like it? That's cool. Find something else to listen to. You know, Ricky Smiley got a show. Tom Joyner had one. You can listen to Howard Stern. You can do whatever you want to do. But I'm going to be naturally me. And I think people are attracted to authenticity. So you have to be compelling. You have to be willing to tell the truth about yourself. Nobody wants to hear a guy every morning talking about how good his life is, and you ain't going to share with nobody else how to get a good life too. It just goes back to my mama being a Sunday school teacher. She said, son, one day God going to give you a big house up on the hill. You can't get up on the hill and don't tell nobody else how to get up there. Ain't nobody gonna tune in every morning. You talking about how I'm balling and all this here, and you don't never tell nobody else how to ball? Wait, hold up, man. And then if you don't tell people the truth about yourself, you gotta tell them that there was a time when you were nothing. You gotta tell people about the time you felt like giving up. You got to tell people that you failed over and over and over again. The people need to hear that. Nobody wanna hear nothing about how rich you are and I give a if you're not gonna help me get rich. You understand? It's like if you're in politics, to be a great leader, you first have to be a great servant. That's what made Barack Obama as effective as he was, because he was a servant. That's what made Martin Luther King. That's what made Mother Teresa. This country is at its level best when we try to pull together. This country symbol is the eagle. In order for an eagle to fly properly, it needs a right wing and it needs a left wing. It don't work right if it's got two left wings. Fly right if it's got two right wings. You gotta have a right wing and left wing. That's what makes it work. We just gotta let the right be the right and the right gotta let the left be the left. It's okay that everybody don't agree with you. So I just let people be who they are. You can't make a person believe what you believe, you know? It's just not how this works. Yeah. A couple of things kept me going. Most of it was messages that I had learned from my mother, but I learned something about faith. Faith comes from hearing, not from having heard. My mother was telling me those messages years ago, but during my homeless years, I would rehear them, and that's when it mattered. And I had such a grand dream and vision, I was willing to push through to see what the vision was gonna be, to see if I could get to the dream. And I kept hearing my mother say words like, God didn't bring you this far to leave you. So I said, okay, well, maybe he ain't left me. Let me just see if I can wake up tomorrow, something will change. You know, then I kept hearing stuff like faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. Or say, okay, cool. So I don't see nothing but this homelessness right now, but I think I'm gonna make it one day. And I just kept going, man. I just kept. Now, don't get me wrong, it was days I wanted to quit, a lot of days. I almost drove back to Cleveland several times and just gave up, but you know, man, your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears. If you see, that's why you have to have big dreams, because your dreams have to be bigger than all your fears and all your consequences. What makes people go back is you dream too small. See, your problem in life ain't if you aim too high and you miss it. Your problem in life is if you aim too low and you hit it. You messed up now. So when you aim to the moon and you miss, you still amongst the stars. So it kind of keeps you motivated a lot longer, man, to help you push through. Because everybody's gonna have to have a push through moment. Because everybody has a turn back moment. The key to making it is you can never turn back. See, God is always coming. See, look, man, when you ask God for something, God boxes it up, put your name on it, and he ships it the day you ask for it. Soon as you ask for it, he ships it. The problem with the package is he never tells you the date that it's going to arrive. If he did that, it would destroy the one element that he requires, your faith. So God sends your package, but he only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off of Faith Street and you go over here to I Don't Believe It Boulevard, he don't ship there. If you step over here to I Don't See How Avenue, he don't ship there. If you step over here to Ain't No Way Circle, he don't ship there. The package only goes to Faith Street. What happens to the average person is that when the package arrives and you ain't on Faith Street, it's just like the post office and FedEx, UPS. If you ain't there, the package got to go back. You know how many packages you got in heaven with your name on it that got sent back? This is real talk, man. This is how it works. Being successful, y'all, is not a magic trick. You have to learn the principles of success. You can be successful at anything. You really can, man. I don't have no education. I'm not really like school smart, none of that. Now I got a lot of people work for me, got degrees. See, when I don't know something, I pay somebody to know it, just come stand around here. I come down here and do the gift. I keep telling the jokes. I'm telling you, God has an incredible life for you. All you got to do is ask him for it. Be willing to put in the work. But now this work part is hard. Success is hard. But let me ask you a question. Ain't not being successful hard too? So now which hard you want? You want the hard with some options and some benefits, or you want the hard when ain't nothing going on? I'm gonna take the hard with the option and benefits. Give me that hard. Let me try that.